Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on specials for cooler weather, like cute boots and booties starting at $27.99. And warm new coats for all, 50 to 60% off. And get cafe-style coffee at your fingertips with select Nespresso bundles for only $124.99, now at Macy's. Plus, get your Macy's order faster when you pick up curbside or in store. Or try same-day delivery powered by DoorDash. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Is the world really a friendly place? Well, according to a new study, 66% of people, almost 7 in 10, say they'd never talk in elevators. So there you go.
Try not to.
It's a happy, friendly place. And the top reason is they just don't like talking to people they don't know.
Truth.
Well, it's also going to, like, how long is that elevator ride going to go for? Like 30, 40 seconds? I don't really want to. How much conversation are we going to have?
People say nothing. You know, that's what I've learned in my 20 years here. People say nothing. And, where in other places I've gone to, they'll say hello, good morning, have a good day. There's at least a friendly, jovial behavior, but it's changing. And I don't know. I thought maybe it was just here, but I'm seeing now this survey. I just think it's changing in general. People just don't want to talk in elevators.
Yesterday, a woman got in the elevator and at no point did she make eye contact with me, which was very odd because of what she said. She goes, "I like your tattoos." And then I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And then I said, "Oh, yeah, it's a never-ending process." And then she said nothing else after that and just stared at the elevator doors.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, you kind of initiated a conversation. I'm not going to be rude and not say anything back. So then I'm trying to keep the conversation going, and I suck at small talk. But I'm trying to figure out something to say to her, and she wouldn't even look at me.
Yeah, I feel like, what is that?
Should I just said, "I like them too," and then just
yeah,
I guess that would have worked.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. I grew them myself.
Does anybody have any understanding of that? Because that would baffle me too, Steve.
No, not really.
She was just awkward. I think she was just an awkward woman.
Yeah, I think maybe she was trying to, be more out there and try to say something, not be the person staring at their phone on the elevator, and then that was as much human interaction she could handle for the day.
She was just like really into the Stevenator over here, and then saw the wedding ring, and then said, "You know what? I got to back down."
Stevenator.
She's looking up those arms.
So she just basically was just she went into shock.
Yeah,
she couldn't take it.
She's probably just in shock that someone would marry me.
Wow. Okay,
I
there's
have no
that.
idea. Honestly, I could not figure out why she just said that, and then had nothing else to say.
The Stevenator.
It's early, Rev.
Dude, now I'll ask Rev. Rev, do you think that it's a problem, or you're just like, no, this is fine. This is what I'm going to be.
No, it's fine. And it's like I use the defense measure of like you're talking about the phone. I will grab my phone and just stare at it, like even a blank screen. So if they looked at my phone, you couldn't see anything. There's nothing, but I'm staring at it because it's just the universal "don't talk to me."
So you don't think that's a bad thing. You think, hey, this is fine.
Wait, you're asking the most antisocial person on our show if he thinks it's a good or a bad thing not to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, I mean, again, if this study's true, there are more Revs out there than ever before. And
there's more me.
But is that a good thing for humanity that you don't want to talk to anybody? Then?
Well, I don't want to talk to people in the elevator. Small talk is BS. It's the most stupid thing you could possibly do. how's the weather? Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
bye.
not-
I'm never
it's
going to
not
see you again.
meaningful. Yeah.
I
You're
can
not
bet-
having meaningful
When was the last time the
conversations.
two of you guys have ever had a meaningful conversation with anybody?
Just because we don't have conversations with you because we don't want to doesn't mean we don't have meaningful conversations.
I have meaningful conversations with Rev all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Usually it's revolving around when we're going to the bathroom.
I mean, some call them meaningful, some call them meaningless.
I agree.
It's all on how you look at it.
I really do. I agree. I mean, I think the conversations in general, just anything where humans talk to each other, even if it's small talk, you acknowledge the existence of another being and maybe just say something nice. Like for me, small talk can still be saying something nice.
Yeah.
I mean, how's that a bad thing?
My favorite is during football season because I feel like when you're wearing something with Seahawks related, it almost is an icebreaker with somebody.
Yeah, I love
So
that.
Elevator conversations around that time are easy because it's a quick sports conversation.
Yeah,
Like the
for
last
you.
one I remembered was a guy wearing all Cowboys gear, and it was right around when the Seahawks were putting to play with them, and he just comes in and goes, I don't know if I can ride an elevator with you. And it was just a fun back and forth. No one and then we beat each other up. You know what I mean? It was just like, okay, this is a quick, easy elevator conversation. I don't know what kind of conversation you could have in an elevator that's going to be of meaning.
You know what shocked me is
Tell
that
me
the
about
guy.
your life. Tell me about your relationship with your daughter. That's
Yeah,
what you should
exactly.
ask.
I mean, so the fact that you don't want to have small talk with somebody. Look, I'm not a big small talk guy myself, but if that's the only talk a person wants to have, I do want to interact with people in a positive way. So to not say anything and think that's okay and not want to talk to people, I don't know. I don't know if that's a problem or, I mean, every once in a while you shouldn't want to talk to somebody. I get it. You want your private time. But if you just in general don't want to talk to people, how do you think that that's maybe not a good thing? Or because the reason I'm asking is the millennials now. I read a study that said millennials are the most lonely of all generations. Generation X, baby boomers, we're nowhere near as lonely as millennials. And then I hear this study, nobody wants to talk to each other. It's like, you realize you're lonely because you don't want to talk to anybody. Maybe if you talk to somebody, you wouldn't be so lonely.
Are people complaining about being lonely, or are they okay with
They
being
are.
lonely?
They're actually talking about mental health, and it's an issue.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so it's like, well, maybe you should talk to somebody or learn how to.
In an elevator. It'll solve all of our problems.
It is odd, though. Like I try to, and I stopped doing it because nobody responds back to me, and so it starts crushing my soul.
So now we've gotten to the source of it.
Well, I'm just
People
saying.
don't talk back to BJ.
Well, no, that's what. Well, again, if somebody says hello and no one says hello back to you, you go, okay, I guess saying hello is not a thing around here.
Dude, it happened. This happened at the gas station. Granted, it wasn't an elevator, but I was buying fruit snacks, and I'm paying for my stuff, and the lady at the cashier was talking to another woman, but that woman was like that worked with her, but she was like in kind of the same direction that I was in, but she was hiding behind like the rack of food and stuff. There's another woman that was right by there witnessing all this. So this woman's talking what looks like she's talking to me, but she's not talking to me. So I'm just not speaking to her. And finally, the woman next to me goes, "Why aren't you saying anything back? She's talking to you." Because she kept saying, like, how's your day? This, that, another thing. And, like, asking me all these, what she thinks is asking me questions.
Oh, and you're saying nothing.
And I'm saying nothing because I know she's talking to her coworker. And her coworker's, like, nodding or smiling or whatever. And then finally I look at her and go, "What?" And she's like, "Why aren't you talking back to her?" And then later the cashier's like, "I'm not talking to him." This woman was genuinely upset that I was ignoring the cashier.
Oh, wow.
When the cashier wasn't even talking to me.
That's funny.
And as soon as she realized it, dude, the four of us were just in tears laughing because I'm like, yeah, I'm not that rude. I mean, I might be rude at times. I'm not going to be rude not to talk to someone if they're talking to me.
I'm surprised what like Rev would have done. Rev probably just would have just knocked over one of the displays and ran.
Panicked.
Yeah.
Well, I've had times where you try to say hi to someone because you think they're talking to you, and they're on a stupid Bluetooth. And that's basically what scarred me. It's like, no, I'm not going to talk to people because I don't think they're actually talking to me.
Can I ask something that's weird?
No.
So my neighbor, okay.
He's doing it anyway.
He's still asking.
I'm going to ask
Yeah,
anyway.
he's gonna ask,
Why can't he be like everybody else in an elevator? What do
I
you
said
want,
yes.
Danny?
You're welcome. My neighbor will have a full-fledged conversation with me about the neighborhood or whatever, and then she will not say bye. She just turns and walks away. And I'm like, okay, I guess the conversation's done. I've literally said that out loud, and she just keeps walking.
That's funny.
And I'm like, what, do we not say bye anymore? What's
She's a
going
robot.
on? Probably is.
Maybe.
Oh my God, I figured it out.
It is so bizarre, all of us, how we have just different ways we do things, and we just don't think it's abnormal. And it's like, yeah, Danny, it is weird to go, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right.
Yeah, and she'll just be like, yeah, like it was a great day today.
Nothing.
Away.
And then
I'm
gone.
like, okay.
She must be like that tattoo lady.
I like your tattoos.
And then nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, gosh.
I should have been like, would you like to touch them?
Oh, please do that next time.
I don't want to do that
Please
because then
do
they
that
might take
next
me
time.
up on it.
Yeah.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Got a new study. Turns out we waste about 29 full work days a year, every year, checking email, ladies and gentlemen. I thought people weren't doing that anymore.
Who?
I don't know. I guess work email, I suppose you have to. But like regular people don't seem to even do email anymore except with work.
We'll read the headline again. What is they talking about?
Oh, yeah, work. You're right. Good call, Steve.
Wow.
We're back in the game.
Not you're back in the game. It's about work, man. Of course it's talking about emails.
Yeah, that's you're right. I guess that's what I'm doing. But even then, I really don't want to do work emails. They can do
You
everything
don't, thankfully for you.
They would do everything. They should do everything on Facebook. And until Facebook starts getting hacked, we'll never have to worry about anybody opening the wrong emails and ruining a computer system.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Facebook's also been hacked. You're doomed no matter what when there's technology.
Oh, really? Have you had a Facebook hacking issue yourself, like with messages where you've opened the wrong thing?
Not me, because I don't click on anything, but I've had some friends that click on things, and then all of a sudden stuff gets sent out.
Back to MySpace.
Yep.
That's where I got to go. Yeah, but either way, the bottom line is this, is you're wasting your time, obviously, having to go through whatever the hell is an email, whether it be job-related or what. And I don't know if it's because of the fact that people are just sort of screwing around, or if in fact it's really work-related stuff that they're wasting their time on. Which I would say that I waste a lot of time with work-related stuff. Like I could get my job done easier if I didn't have to go through some of these dumb emails I get from, the company. That's all I'm saying.
Well, the problem is that so many times people forget that they agreed or said something or did something. So email is a good way to keep a paper trail. I'd rather not have to deal with email and just go, because, in a perfect world, sometimes you can just go up to somebody like, hey, did you blah, blah, blah. That takes 3 seconds as opposed to 30 seconds to a minute if you having to write out the email, make sure the tone is okay, send it off, wait for a reply. Yeah. After a while, you're just like, dude, this could have been accomplished with me just coming over to your office and saying, hey, what's up?
And
you're right, dude.
I give up. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to come to your office and explain this to you because there's no way in hell I can explain it correctly over an email because I'm stupid.
And I like social interaction, so I think it's great if you can actually, if people do come see you and say, hey, what's up, here's what's going on.
But then one day it's going to bite you in the ass and you're like, hey, how come you didn't do blah, blah, blah? And they're like, you never told me. And then you don't have proof of it.
Yeah, you're right. And Steve, look, I'm guilty of that. You've shown me a paper trail. I'm like, oh, I guess I did miss that. Sorry about that. So you're right. You do need that paper trail. And that's what it is. 29 days, work days a year we waste on rereading emails, making sure things run, having to send unnecessary changes, updates, all that. 30 days a year. So if you work 230 days a year, pretty much 30 days of them are just all about checking email. That's nuts.
That's what was so refreshing when our emails were down. I mean, sometimes there's a little bit of a panic, like, oh, I hope some things don't fall through the crack. But then on the flip side, you're just like, this is so nice. I'm not having to check my phone to make sure I've responded to something. Just kind of chilling out at home, not having to pick up my phone and look.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
For me, it's the junk mail.
Uh-huh.
What really sucks, at least with my personal email, I now have to go through my junk mail folder, and it is just loaded with everything. I wish there was a way that I could tell my email, hey, this is junk, and I want to block them so that I don't have to see their emails anymore.
You can block an email.
I can't figure it out on my phone. I can't figure out how to do it.
Really?
If you show me, you know what? In the break, show me how to block it, and I'll buy you breakfast if you can help me figure this out.
Ooh,
awesome,
nice breakfast time.
Because this is because sometimes
we talking work email one, or are we talking your MSN?
Oh, my MSN.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't used MSN since it was cool.
Well,
but I'll try my best.
How about your iPhone? Can you do it on your iPhone? See, that's the one on my iPhone. I can't block anything.
I'm on my Gmail. I block people.
Yeah, but not on the iPhone.
I bought
itself.
a gift once from one of my friends who's a big New York Jets fan.
Yeah.
And for years I've been getting spam from Jets. And NFL shop, but for the Jets.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I finally hit a point. I'm just blocking it. Screw it.
So when you block it, do you ever check your junk mail folder?
Very rarely, but
yes.
See,
so and when you go in there, it's not in there anymore either. You completely block it from ever getting it anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to know how to do that.
Yeah, I've blocked people who wouldn't stop bothering me on
Really?
email. Yeah, it's the same as the Gmail as well, but
see, maybe that's my problem. Maybe I got to go into the.
Maybe you need
the
to update.
Well,
times,
maybe
man.
maybe MSN doesn't let me do it. If anybody,
Maybe just use an email address that's a little more relevant, like AOL or something,
there you go.
or Yahoo.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it on my
I'm just
iPhone.
email shaming you.
Yeah, I can't. I don't. But it's a pain in the ass. I'll spend like 5 minutes going through my junk mail just to make sure regular stuff isn't in there, which really sucks. That's another 30 hours. What am I spending?
Yeah, there you go.
Got a survey by Insure.com, and well, you know what? I read that one. We've done with you guys. You know what? It's still the same survey. The facts are the same. So good for you people. But let's talk about I'm having a great day today, aren't I?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What's going on? You had a late night last night?
you know
board
what?
gaming?
Dude, I don't know. I'm not actually being, frankly, I took some emergency. I don't know. I'm not on I'm not on top of my game.
Emergency?
Is your throat tickling?
It's just I'm foggy. Yeah, that's really what it is. I'm a little. I'll tell you what. I mean, I told you before. I was up a little late last night because my stuff wasn't working, and I was trying to get my internet working so I could prepare for today, and it still wasn't working. And I do believe it just sort of it messes with me, and I didn't get a great night's sleep because I was like, how am I going to do my work because my stuff isn't working? So it might be that, but I'm just not on top.
They
of my
make medicine for that, man.
What's that? Oh, I didn't even get that joke.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, Danny. What are you going to do? Every once in a while, you just have one of those.
Well, and
days.
also you said you smelled some marijuana coming into the building.
Oh,
today.
you think I still got that contact
I think
high?
you're still stoned from this morning from that
Totally
secondhand
fake,
smoke.
bruh.
I feel like I should be in a better mood about it, don't you?
I still love that somebody was smoking pot in the parking garage.
Dude, it's the third morning, maybe even the fourth morning this week. Sarah and I are going, this is unbelievable. It's like, it is, they have to be smoking in the garage. It's massive wake and bake, and even Vicky smelled it.
Yeah.
So who's token up to the point that, like, Vicky comes in earlier than I do, then I come in, and it's still there. I mean, that person's token up like a mo.
See, I didn't
Security.
see any smoke. Maybe somebody's car just has a ton of it in it.
Oh, that's
And it's just permeating out.
Oh, has there been a similar car there? Maybe there's like a giant like drug smuggler.
yeah. That's what I was like. How much pot do you have to have in your car that you can smell it in the garage wherever? I don't even know where it is.
No, I'm sure it's somebody that just decided to smoke a bunch of pot. Their day was done or their day's about to begin, and they're like, I can't handle this job. I need to smoke some pot in the parking garage, thinking that no one's coming in at this time in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm thinking so you think it's either security? So that's what you're putting your finger on, security?
No, I'm going construction.
Construction?
Day's done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, as long as it's days done construction. I hate to think that dudes are swinging hammers when they're high because that's dangerous.
Yeah, in college I would swing my hammer a lot when I was stoned. But
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a different.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you would. Steve, let's talk about the apps that we can't live without.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you guys. I have the top 10 apps that we can't live without. They did a survey. They asked a bunch of people. So starting with you, what is the one app that you can't live without? And
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Have you
I'm
gone back
kidding.
to that?
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, it's the damn Maps app. I couldn't even imagine getting around
Yeah.
anymore.
And which one are you
without
talking?
that.
Apple or
Yeah.
Yeah, Apple didn't make the list, buddy.
Yeah, Apple Maps are the devil.
I understand. You guys just hate for the sake of hating.
That's not true.
No, it has
Thank
actually
you,
put
Danny.
me into like dead ends and
Yeah,
stuff.
Well, that's your own problem.
That's not true. Now, granted, I won't give it another try for the sake of hating. I will cop to that. But once you do me wrong, and I don't know if I'm like everybody, and I talked to Hair Club about this because I'm really meticulous. If a website or anything doesn't work the right way or an app doesn't work the right way the first time for me,
You're done with it.
Yeah, it's dead to me. And I don't think it's fair because I know bugs happen, but I hate this whole we release something before it's fixed thing, which started in computer gaming. I hate that. Hey, you know what? There's going to be a patch. Well, then don't sell me your stupid game till it's ready.
The other one for me is Video Leap. It's the video editing app. I use this thing. It's not going to be on the list. It's
But yeah, you do some amazing
to me,
things
it's
with
the
that.
greatest app ever, and it's one of the
Video Leap.
and it's one of the few ones where you don't have to pay a weekly subscription. It's insane now what they do. With
Oh, you
these.
mean you can't just buy a lot of these things outright?
Some of them? No, you have to be like it's like $5 a week to have this app, and I'm
Oh,
like, go
wow.
F yourself. This one you could pay a flat fee, and it was on like a Black Friday. I got it for $30. The Pro.
Oh, that's a great deal.
Yeah, because typically it's like 80.
Even still, that's a great deal.
But the free version's not bad. It just limits the number of edits you can do. And then, there's ways around that. You could save it, then start over. And
$5 a week, that is just bleeding you dry.
Dude, a lot of these video editing apps, they want...
Are they
just-
crazy?
No, I think we're crazy because people are buying them.
Oh,
Otherwise,
I'm sorry. It's one thing if it's like a streaming service that you know that you want to use, but you're using a tool. Imagine if you had to pay $5 a week to have a hammer. I mean, really, some of the things you just want to buy and have and use.
But they realize there's a market for it, man. So people are willing to pay for it.
Well, you know what? You do some wonders with that one that you just paid the $30 for.
Yeah, no, I love it. I swear by that.
What's the name of that app?
Video Leap.
I say we give them a lot of love because they're not charging a fee. Just like they charge a flat fee and you're done with it. All right, how about you, Vicky? What's the one app you can't live without?
I love playing with Photoshop Express.
Wow, not on the list.
Just it's not so much for to make me pretty or anything. I just like taking pictures, nature shots now. I'm feeling a little older. I'm not taking the selfies as much.
And that's kind of old school Photoshop, right? Because most of the apps have filters, but to go into Photoshop, you're doing some, I guess advanced editing.
Yeah, I go in and mess with the contrast, the clarity,
Nice.
tint, all that good stuff. But other than that, Waze.
Traffic.
Waze.
I think traffic is probably going to be a
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah, our company actually, I think we're involved with them somehow, some way.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can listen to radio.com through Waze.
Oh, fancy.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
if you didn't know that, by the way, how cool is that? You can have your maps up and listen to us at the same time.
And you can have Cookie Monster talk to you, too.
With Waze?
Mm-hmm. He tells me the directions.
Okay, maybe I should go back to Waze. I should give it a try. Danny, how about
Make
you,
a left
Danny?
now.
It's like,
That's pretty good there.
I miss my
it's
Yoda.
like caution ahead. C is for caution. And also cookie.
I like that.
That's what it sounds like.
You are such a child. But then again, I had Yoda, so I can't throw
Yeah,
stones.
there you go.
Danny, what about you, buddy?
Oh, Instagram.
There you go. Number 2. Finally,
all the-
Danny picks one
the IG.
in the top 10.
Well, if I'm going social medias of the apps, I'm going Twitter.
I love
I know some
Twitter.
people hate Twitter.
Number 7. They're not there. There's 6 ahead of them, buddy.
I have a love relationship with Twitter. I enjoy it.
I'm with you, Steve. I
It
think
happens quick. It moves on.
it's efficient. I think Twitter's very efficient for certain communications. I mean, I do. It's funny when people try to do stuff with an app that I go, "Why are you doing it on this app?" People send me messages on Instagram, and I'm like, "Isn't that what Facebook's for?" Send me a message on Facebook.
Yeah, BJ has rules, people.
yeah,
I mean-
Instagram is not even on its set of rules.
Well, I didn't know you could get messages on Instagram.
There's a couple people who messaged me like 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I just saw this.
Yeah, but I get it. Some people, that's the only thing they want to use is that particular app, and so
Or they're
the app
on that app right when they thought of it, and they're like, well, I'll just write you right there.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing. Then you have to have a bunch of apps, and you have to check them all in order to make sure that you've kept up with everybody's communication. Rev, how about you, buddy?
Gmail,
number 3, buddy.
Yeah, I use that so much. I've got 4 different accounts that I need.
All right. So none of us mentioned the number 1, but I
Number
think you
one.
guys know what the number 1 is.
It's probably Facebook.
You got it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Facebook is, we've got 70 billion people on the planet, and I think, what do they have, a 20%
We don't
share?
have 70 billion people on the planet.
Was it 7 billion?
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah, 7 billion. Thank you,
I'm
buddy.
like, wow, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot
Way
of
to
people.
exaggerate, dude.
Yeah, you know me, man. I like to make the story bigger. So Facebook, 21% of the people say that they cannot live without a Facebook app, which is head and shoulders the leader because number 2, which Danny talked about, Instagram, only 11% of the people said that. So people are just saying, I need my Facebook.
Question for you though: does that include Facebook Messenger? Because I know some people who have they don't have their Facebook app anymore on there, but they kept Facebook Messenger because of that's a way to communicate.
Is that your final answer or your final question, Regis?
I don't even know if it's a question or more just a deep statement.
Well,
Deep, man.
you made a proper deep statement because actually number 6 is Facebook Messenger.
Wow, okay.
Oh.
Today's podcast is brought to you by bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, who's ready to answer your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, is it true that if you filed for bankruptcy once, you can't file again?
Even if you filed bankruptcy before, you can almost certainly file bankruptcy again. Different types of bankruptcies have different time limits between filings. In Chapter 7, full bankruptcy, you can only file Chapter 7 once every 8 years. However, you can almost always file a Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 cases can be filed immediately following a Chapter 7. They can be filed immediately following a prior Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan, so there will be some type of monthly payment, but it's based on your budget and your ability to afford that payment. So Chapter 13 is an option in almost all cases, even with a prior bankruptcy filing.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.